Prius, or get a great lease or APR offer on the all-hybrid Camry, the best-selling midsize sedan in America. Shop online and visit your nearest tri-state Toyota dealer today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Looking to save on internet and mobile? Get the best of both with Xfinity. Because now you can get Xfinity internet with unlimited mobile included for $30 a month for the first year. And unlock faster, secure Wi-Fi at home and on the go with Wi-Fi Power Boost. Plus, when you switch from Verizon or AT&T, save over $1,000 in your first year and get a free 5G phone. Switch today and save on internet and mobile. Only with Xfinity.
Do it all with Stihl battery. Power up with free extra battery deals on select Stihl tools. Shop in-store and online.
Twice, moments like this have come to Philadelphia. After 3 years of coming up short, the Phillies know the time is now.
This is a special group. Not only are they talented, but they're great human beings, and they play hard every day, and they deserve to go the distance.
Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Nick Castellanos, Zack Wheeler, Aaron Nola, all back with one goal in mind.
Number one goal is obviously to win a World Series.
It's to win a World Series, obviously.
To see that World Series dream come true, the Phils have added a lefty with ace potential.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss.
Who plays to honor his hometown, a place that has been through the worst of times.
Obviously a tragedy and a super sad moment in time for this community.
But he's uplifting kids at his alma mater, and only NBC 10 is with him. And we're celebrating a Hall of Fame achievement for a Phillies icon, so overdue that it moves John Middleton to tears.
I started crying. Even now, it's hard for me to talk about it.
This is our Welcome Back Phillies special, and it starts right now. Welcome Back Phillies, presented by Toyota, proud partner of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Welcome to our season opening special, Welcome Back Phillies. I'm Jacqueline London in our NBC 10 studios.
I'm Tracy Davidson. We are taking you right up to first pitch in Nationals Park, the home of the Washington Nationals and the site of Phillies season opener.
We have team coverage of this one. John Clark is live in our nation's capital with the latest on the Phils opening day lineup. And NBC 10's Miguel Martinez-Vai is with the Phillies watch party in our region. For just the 5th time in team history, the Phillies will open their season against the Nationals. They're trying to make it 5 wins in their last 6 openers. John Clark has the very latest. Hey, John.
Yeah, and this is the earliest the Phillies have had a season opener, March 27th. And thank goodness the weather is good. It's going to get close to 60 degrees here. The sun is out in Washington. And Max Kepler, the new Philly, he said he could hardly sleep last night getting ready for his first game as a Philly. And Bryson Stott said he was up super early today. He's still on spring training time, but it makes these ball players feel like little kids again. It's all about the relationships we have with our family members. Baseball is back. And speaking of family, we saw Nick Castellanos out on the field here. He was one of the first out here in bare feet, playing with his son Liam, having a catch, taking some ground balls. And like father, like son, little Liam, he wants to be a big league ball player someday. Of course, the big question with Phillies fans, and everybody was asking the manager, Rob Thomson, I was in there asking him about the lineup. What was the lineup that Rob Thomson went with for the season opener? Well, let's see it. Trey Turner is in the leadoff spot. He's going to face the Nats lefty Mackenzie Gore, and Rob Thomson says he will go with Trey against lefties. He'll go with Kyle Schwarber against righties. So that means Bryce Harper moves up one spot to the 2-hole. Alec Boehm as the 3-hitter. Kyle Schwarber is the cleanup man after being the leadoff hitter last year. JT Real Muto hits 5th, followed by the new left fielder Max Kepler. Bryson Stott and Brandon Marsh finish out the lineup. So everyone in the lineup is excited to see Trey in the top spot. I asked Bryce Harper what Trey will bring.
Trey's one of the best in baseball, man. He's going to bring speed to the top. He's going to bring, thought he had a great eye this spring training, so I think he's going to do that as well. I think he's going to hit gap to gap and hit for some power as well. So I think he's going to have a lot of success up there.
It's Trey Turner, and he's the fastest or one of the fastest players in the league, and he's going to get on base, and I'm excited to watch him steal some bases and just do what Trey does.
Why did you ultimately decide Trey Turner's your leadoff man?
I'm just going to try and wiggle it with Trey leading off versus lefties and Schwarber leading off versus righties and see where we go from there.
When you make a decision like that, how much do you talk to a lot of the key guys in the lineup about shifting around?
Talk to them, talk to coaches, analysts, talk to everybody, because it's somewhat of a big decision, but, we can always switch too.
Yeah, and that's the thing, communication. I mean, Kyle Schwarber, he likes to lead off, but Trey Turner likes to lead off as well, and you're expecting that speed atop the lineup. And Rob Thomson told me that in spring training, he thought the Phillies had the best plate discipline as hitters that he has seen so far in his years as Phillies manager. The Phillies led baseball in walks, and they had the most runs in the Grapefruit League. So you're hoping that hitting continues into regular season. And, of course, the playoffs. The bats, they came up cold, they came up small in the playoffs the last 2 years, but the bats will hopefully have more contact and, of course, not strike out as much. Now, the Phillies know World Series or bust this year. They won the division last year, 95 games, but they went out in the NLDS. They want to win it all this year.
We just like our ball club overall. We won 95 games, so it's a really good club. A disappointing finish. We all know that. It's interesting how it works. We've reached the point we have to get there. We have to be focused day in and day out. We have a lot to accomplish during the season. Your success right now is very determined how you do in the postseason a lot right now.
We're all aware of Father Time, so we know that we don't have unlimited time together to get the job done. So every year that passes, obviously we want to win a World Series. So the longer it takes, the less chance we have to get it done. So there's certainly a little bit of urgency to make that happen together because, we all get along well and we like each other. So we'd rather win together.
We love on one another. We understand each other to the max. We're all family in here. We're with each other more than we are our families, right? So when you're trying to build something great, you're trying to, do something as a team. You want to do that every year. Obviously, we've gotten to the postseason and done those things, but we haven't finished the job. And I think the last couple of years should make you hungry to finish that job.
We talked to some of the guys, even Nick Castellanos says seeing the Eagles win the Super Bowl and having a parade, what kind of inspiration does that kind of put in your mind about what this team can do?
Yeah, I don't think anyone doesn't picture that trying to be us, right? I think that's a good thing to have, and I know our fans are going to be excited for whenever we get rolling back up there. We're just coming off a championship with the Eagles, and they're going to want us to follow that. And I think that's what we aspire for. That's what we dream for. That's what we play for. That's what we fight for every single day, is to be that last team holding up the trophy. So, and having that parade down Broad Street. So that's what we're looking for, and that's where we want to be. So we're excited for the season.
Yeah, Bryce Harper said they want to win that final game, and this man will be on the mound today. Of course, the Phillies, they're going to lean on their starting pitching staff. It could be the best in baseball. And Zack Wheeler on the mound today. He has been one of the absolute best pitchers in baseball during his first 5 years here with the Phillies. He will make his second straight opening day start, and he finished second in the Cy Young voting last year for a second time with the Phillies. Maybe he gets that Cy Young this year. I talked with Zack about that and the honor of starting on opening day once again.
it's a big honor. It doesn't matter when it is, who it is. You take pride in it, and it means you had a good year the year before, and I think anybody would take pride in it.
You have been right there for the Cy Young twice now. Is that a big goal of yours to be Cy Young?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's every pitcher's goal is to be Cy Young, and if I'm going out there and pitching well enough to possibly win a Cy Young or even come close to it, then more likely I'm helping the team.
So maybe this is the year Zach wins the Cy Young, and a couple things to watch for on opening day. Bryce Harper is tied for the most opening day homers amongst current hitters in baseball, and Trey Turner back in the leadoff spot. He is tied for the most steals in an opening day with 3. That is in baseball history. Now let's go to Miguel Martinez Valle. He is at a Phillies opening day party in Newtown Square. Take it away.
Yeah, the opening day excitement felt throughout the region. So here at Sedona Tap House and Brewery, Newtown Square, take a look. We've got the whole community out here, fans of all ages, decked out in their Phillies vests. You see some fanatic representation there in the background. People have their hats, their jerseys on. So excited to be here and excited for another, what they're hoping to be a successful season where the Phils take it all the way. Now, we've been speaking to some fans out here. Joe, you were one of them. You have big expectations for the team this year.
I do. Yeah, I just want to see the Phils get hot at the right time. I'm curious to see what the multi-lineup is going to pan out this year. Excited to see Trey lead off today. And I'm just really hoping the team stays strong at the end of the year and gets us to the World Series.
Perfect. Yeah, so a lot of expectations up here. A big crowd. The party is not going anywhere, though. We're expecting the Fanatic, and this is huge for area businesses. So we'll be talking and we'll be checking in with Visit Delco here at the end of the show. For now, I'll send it back to you guys. I'm Miguel Martinez Valle, NBC 10. All right, everybody, go Phils.
So much fun. That's going to be great. Miguel, thanks. All right, let's get a check for the weather for today in D.C. and then for Monday's home opener.
NBC 10 meteorologist Robert Johnson joining us with the latest on that. Robert.
Hey there, guys. Hopefully the Phillies' future just as bright as the weather is right now, with wall-to-wall sunshine, not only here at home, but also for Washington. Of course, first pitch, 4:05. We'll show you that forecast. Plenty of sunshine with temperatures in the 50s. So at first pitch down in Washington, 57, 58 by the middle of the game, and then by the 9th inning, 56 degrees with a lot of sun. All thanks to a strong area of high pressure dominating our weather pattern, giving us a ton of sinking air. That's what's keeping us dry on the East Coast. However, tomorrow, the temperatures are off to the races. 7 degrees above average here at home in Philadelphia, nearly 24 degrees above average for Saturday, and the warmth remains Sunday into Monday, but that comes at a cost with some showers and even a storm or two around for Monday. Wet, but not necessarily stormy for the home opener come Monday afternoon at 3:05. Back to you.
Robert, thank you. We are less than an hour to first pitch right here on NBC 10. The season opens for a Phillies team that has high hopes for 2025. They get things started down in Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., the home of our nation's capital. And still to come on the show.
A moment so overdue, it makes John Middleton emotional.
I started crying.
We are celebrating the life and now Hall of Fame achievement of Dick Allen through the eyes of a man who grew up idolizing him. And Dick Allen Field is home to some of our area's best young baseball talent. But it's the work the team is doing to prepare them for life after baseball that might matter most. That story next.
Good morning and welcome to NBC 10 News Today.
Looked like $1 million.
It looked like a zillion.
160 vendors. It's going to be so much fun. We've got our intern Gritty here. Gritty's going to help me out.
And some paper. Perfect. Love it.
The department itself needs that sense of stability.
You got to let people know that's your school, Matt.
I'm having flashbacks.
So that was your assignment, Keith? Just a luck of the draw there?
Forgive me, Father. I think I got away with something I shouldn't have. I got a brand new Hyundai for only...
Oh, the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Santa Fe SE for $279 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or up to $3,500 bonus cash on select trims today.
Looking to save on internet and mobile? Get the best of both with Xfinity. Because now you can get Xfinity internet with unlimited mobile included for $30 a month for the first year. And unlock faster, secure Wi-Fi at home and on the go with Wi-Fi Power Boost. Plus, when you switch from Verizon or AT&T, save over $1,000 in your first year and get a free 5G phone. Switch today and save on internet and mobile. Only with Xfinity.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Awesome.
I like it. I love it.
Get great leases on many Toyota models like the sporty Corolla and Prius, or get a great lease or APR offer on the all-hybrid Camry, the best-selling midsize sedan in America. Shop online and visit your nearest tri-state Toyota dealer today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Whoa! You're natural.
Let's make this more interesting. Winner gets...
the new 100 times the cash scratch-off with top prizes of 100 grand.
Oh, it's on.
Just you wait till next time.
Rematch next week?
Let's play it by ear. Keep on scratching. Ruth!
Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why?
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Elantra for $199 a month today.
He's turned the hitter's park into a pitcher's park when he gets on the mound.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Four-seamer at 98. Threw him a splitter. It was a thing of beauty. He just dotted the inside part of the plate. Swing and a miss. He got him.
It's so free and easy. That's an excellent pitch. I don't think he had a prayer to touch it.
That ball's just coming out of his hand with some little extra tonight.
It's been a phenomenal 2024 for Zack Wheeler. So much more is ahead. And look at the faithful giving him a standing O.
No doubt. Zack Wheeler has been one of the best free agent additions in Phillies history. He headlines a starting rotation that's as good as any in baseball.
But the question is that good enough to win a stacked National League and return the Phillies to the World Series? With a look ahead, here's NBC Sports Philadelphia's Ashlyn Sullivan.
It is opening day, and you can feel the excitement surrounding the 2025 Phillies. And I'm joined by Ben Davis, Corey Seidman, and Ben. The Phillies won their first NL East title in 13 years last season, but repeating as division champs, it won't be easy. The NL East is loaded.
It is loaded. I think maybe the second best division in all of baseball next to the American League East. This is the division. Obviously, there's been a lot of additions to obviously with the Mets. They're going to be an outstanding ball club with the addition of Soto. I think is going to be huge. The Braves really almost like they got a couple free agent signings and being able to get some of these guys back, namely Ronald Acuna Jr. That's going to be a huge addition for them. Obviously, getting Strider back as well is going to be huge. This is going to be a very hard-fought division, and if they can repeat, I would think that would be really speak volumes about the Phillies.
It's certainly going to be competitive, Corey. When you look at this, it's kind of fair to say that there are three legitimate World Series contenders just in the NL East alone.
Yeah, if you were to rank the rosters in the National League, it's probably Dodgers, Phillies, Braves, Mets, and three of those teams reside in the same division. They're all going to be between like 90 and 95 wins, you would figure. But, the Phillies and Mets, the Mets have played them very well the last couple of years. Even when the Mets weren't good, when they were kind of like rebuilding, they were playing the Phillies tough. So they know that that's a team that they're going to need to overcome this season. The Braves with Chris Sale and, as Ben mentioned, getting Acuna and Strider back early in the season, going to be an exciting division race. The Phillies kind of cruised last year for most of the season because of the Braves' injuries and the fact that the Mets didn't get it going until late. I think this year it's probably going to be tight all the way through.
It definitely seems like that. And as for the entire National League, it seems like it's the reigning World Series champion Dodgers, then everyone else. Ben, you agree with that?
They have a good ball club out there on the West Coast, that's for sure. They can do whatever they want on paper. It just matter how you play. There's 9 innings each and every night.
They look pretty scary on paper. And Corey, there's a long way to go until October. It is just opening day. But if the Phillies and Dodgers were to meet in a postseason series, Who do you got? Putting you on the spot a little bit.
Well, I mean, these are probably, I think these are the two best rosters in all of baseball, not just the National League. And if you have Zack Wheeler, right, you have a chance to win any game one of any series. And we know that anything can happen in October. It doesn't matter if you win 115 games in the regular season or not. But, man, when you look at these two rosters, it's the best combination of starting pitching, bullpen, offense, and defense. It's going to be exciting between those two teams. You know, Dodgers are probably going to win 8 more games than anybody else in baseball this season. But, again, that doesn't matter come October. It's just about who's best during that 3 or 4 week span.
Yeah, and you think about it, the Phillies and the Dodgers facing here in Philadelphia in early April. Certainly something to look forward to as baseball season is here. Fellas, thanks so much for the time. Send it back to you.
Thank you. And remember, Phillies fans, if you're looking for live coverage of press conferences after the game, Michael Barkan and the crew over at NBC Sports Philly have you covered after this and every game all year long on Phillies Post Game Live. With opening day here, it's worth a look ahead to later this summer, where a former Phillies reliever, Billy Wagner, headlines the class of 2025. Billy spent 2 seasons with the Phillies as the team's closer, lighting up the radar gun with 100-mile-an-hour fastballs from the left side. He spent the majority of his career with the Astros and will go in wearing an Astros cap.
Legendary achievement, brought to you by Grillo's Pickles. Chill out, eat a pickle.
We turn our attention now to the legendary achievement that is Dick Allen finally receiving his long-awaited call to the Hall. Very few people were more excited this winter when it became official than John Middleton. John grew up a huge Dick Allen fan, so we asked the Phillies managing partner to share his Dick Allen story. Siobhan McGurl has more in this NBC 10 exclusive.
Bill Jenkinson, is a baseball historian, said the only player in the history of baseball who may have had more power than Dick Allen is Babe Ruth.
He fires a breaking pitch, but Allen connects solidly, and there it goes. It's way, way back. It's a home run.
In 1964, Dick Allen won the Rookie of the Year award, beginning a decade of dominance.
It was clear that he was going to be one of the really terrific players in the National League and probably all of Major League Baseball.
That's John Middleton. Fans know him now as the Phillies managing partner. Back then, he was just a 9-year-old Phillies fan with a new idol.
He was a phenom who was a phenomenon, a 5-tool player, and it was just somebody to dream on.
Dick Allen's exploits were legendary.
You have to go back to Connie Mack Stadium. In left center field, there was a Coke sign on top of the roof, and Dick Allen cleared the Coke sign. It was absurd.
His stats still astound the Phillies' principal owner.
His OPS was, I think, 1/1000th of a point behind Hank Aaron. Hank was 1, he was number 2. But you're talking about people like Yastrzemski and Killebrew and all these other players, Willie Mays. He was better than all of those in OPS for 11 years. I mean, this guy was just staggeringly good for 11 years. I'm not talking about like a 3, 4, even a 5-year run. This 11 years, this guy was as good an offensive player as there was in baseball.
Despite these stats, baseball's Hall of Fame kept overlooking him, but not John Middleton. He made the rare decision to retire Dick's number 15 back in 2020, even though he wasn't a Hall of Famer.
I just thought, if this is the Phillies honoring its players, we shouldn't rely on a bunch of baseball writers across the country to decide who is worthy to be honored by the Phillies.
The honor was something John needed to make happen quickly.
We were down in spring training, and it was literally right before COVID. I mean, and Mike Tolan, who's documentarian, filmmaker, Mike was down here. He said, I want to talk to you, John. And he said, you and I have talked about Dick Allen and how we can work together to get him in the Hall of Fame. And you should know, he said, he's very quiet about this, but he's got cancer. And it's, we don't know how it's going to go.
Dick died in December of that year, but the Phillies made it possible that Dick saw his number retired. And that wasn't all.
Please welcome players from the Phillies RBI Senior All-Star Baseball Team.
Kids from the Phillies RBI baseball program now play at Dick Allen Field. His story is one John hopes endures with the youngsters who play there.
You have to remember, there were horrible race riots in the early, 63, 64 time period in Philadelphia. It was a terrible time to live. I mean, the things that he had to endure, death threats over the phone, death threats in the mail, people driving their cars over his front lawn doing donuts. I mean, I don't know how the guy could think about playing baseball, frankly.
But endure, he did. Dick's family celebrated his long overdue induction a few months back. This summer, he'll join baseball immortality, a moment John still struggles to process.
So it's going to be an emotional moment for me. I can't. Mike Tolan called me. I guess the Hall called Willa, his widow, told her Mike was with her. She told Mike immediately, and then Mike literally turned around and called me, and I started crying. I can't. But even now, it's hard for me to talk about it. It's hard to believe it's going to happen, but it's going to happen, and I'm really grateful to the Hall for doing it. I wish you were alive to see it and experience it, but I'm really grateful to the Hall that he's in there.
Siobhan McGraw, NBC 10 News.
Real emotion there from John Middleton. And the date once again for Dick Allen's enshrinement into Cooperstown is July 27th. And just a few days later, as the culmination of Toyota Alumni Weekend, Jimmy Rollins will go into the Phillies Wall of Fame. The franchise's all-time leader in hits and the MVP of the 2007 season will be a Phillies Wall of Famer. And he'll be joined by just the 6th executive in team history to receive the honor, Ed Wade. Wade helped draft or acquire much of the talent that blossomed into becoming a World Series champion in 2008.
Now, Dick Allen Field, as you saw, is where players from the Phillies RBI program play baseball games. RBI stands for Reviving Baseball in the Inner Cities. And for the Phillies, the program has expanded beyond baseball to softball as well. And it's also expanded beyond just the field to include events that help in life after sports. NBC 10's Lauren Make has more in today's Making a Difference.
Those are the familiar sounds of the Phillies RBI program. At its core, the program aims to revive baseball and softball in the inner city, hence the term Phillies RBI. For the players involved, you could use 3 other letters, WIN.
Honestly, it's exciting. This is only my 2nd year playing baseball, so it's a good experience.
Straight away, delay, tap and delay. Got one over there.
That's Jonas Santiago of Camden. The RBI program has changed his life.
I never thought of playing baseball until my 8th grade teachers introduced me to it.
For girls in the softball program, the feeling is much the same.
The girls are great. It's probably one of the best teams I've played for, just the attitudes and stuff, and just the experiences and just the exposure to everything like this. It's just it's great.
This is the Phillies' annual career development night. Players receive this one-of-a-kind chance to hear from industry pros and get a leg up on life after the diamond.
We want to make sure we're setting up these kids for whatever comes next, whether it's going off to that high school that they always dreamed of, or getting into that college, getting recruited to play baseball or softball in college. And that's where we really focus on the educational side of things. And it's really important that they get support.
I think a part of our responsibility, giving back to the youth of Philadelphia, is to help prep them for life after their sport, and this is kind of the first step.
These kids invest their time to come down here and practice. We want to invest a lot more resources into them to help get them to better develop, as obviously they're in high school, and soon enough they'll be in college, and soon enough they're going to be in the real world.
It's a commitment to kids who love the game that the Phillies organization takes very seriously.
Philadelphia comes first before the Phillies, and they support us, which is truly amazing. But what's important to us is we don't just give kids a t-shirt and say, have fun this year. We want to be out there. We want to be involved. We'll do clinics. We'll do events like tonight. It's really important that we show that we're not just saying, go play baseball, go play softball, but no, be a part of us.
Philadelphia first, right? We're the Philadelphia Phillies. We want to invest in our community. And so for us, in our the many community outreach programs that we have, it's a way for us to connect with them, show that we care, and that we're all about investing in our fans.
I'm Lauren May for Welcome Back Phillies.
Up next, the 2 best homegrown pitchers of the past half-century, Cole Hamels and Aaron Nola, sit down to talk about life with the Phils. Also on the way, the future isn't quite now for the Phillies, but it's close. We're looking ahead to a power pitcher who could change the team's fortunes, and 2 position players poised to make a real impact. Next.
The new NBC 10 app with a new user-friendly display. Better radar to keep you ahead of the storm. Oops! Set your home screen the way you want for the most accurate forecasts. Set your own alerts and we'll do the rest so you know exactly what's coming your way with updates on the go. Download the new NBC 10 app. Count on it.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or current qualified Chevy lessees can get this Silverado for around $379 a month.
Find fresh styles for your home and save up to 25% during Raymore and Flanagan's Spring Style Sale. Bring your living room to life with sofas starting at $5.99 and recliners starting at $7.99. Or update your dining area with sets starting at $419. Then upgrade your sleep. Shop all the top mattress brands and enjoy free next-day delivery. Or buy now and pay later with no fee, no interest financing for 72 months. Spring into savings and fresh new looks at Raymore and Flanagan.
Hurry into your local Acura dealer for the Spring Into Performance event going on now.
Aaron Nola, spectacular.
Swing and a miss. He got him.
Great performance tonight by Aaron Nola.
Strike 3 called.
That's strikeout number 7 for Aaron Nola.
Aaron Nola was fabulous.
That curveball was wicked.
That curveball, he can spin it, he can change speeds with it.
Aaron Nola, the way he has pitched tonight.
That's 10 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. 8 solid innings for the second straight game.
This guy's a workhorse. He's done it year after year.
He is absolutely dealing.
Aaron Nola has been so consistent for the Phillies since being drafted in the first round with the 7th pick by the Phillies more than a decade ago. He reminds you of another Phillies drafted and developed player, Cole Hamels. In fact, Aaron is closing in on Cole in a number of career categories in Phillies history, including wins, strikeouts, and games started. And as you just saw, Aaron Nola and Cole Hamels ranked very high on the Phillies' all-time records list. But with a long time to go in his career, Aaron has a chance to go even higher.
So back in spring, Cole, who is joining the NBC Sports Philadelphia broadcast team this year for select games, had a chat with Aaron about playoff baseball in Philadelphia and moving on up those Phillies charts.
I'm thinking you're probably going to set a lot of those marks, and attributing some of those success is just your whole belief and your philosophy of posting every 5 days. What do you really think every year you're going into that, of how important that is?
Very important. In order for me to get up on higher on the leaderboard, I have to go and post up.
He looks like a world beater, almost unhittable at times, and he's that type of pitcher.
I have 6 more years on my contract, including this year, and I want to be able to feel good throughout every single one of those years and still be effective and successful and still good, still pitch good.
Well, and speaking of that, the type of guys that you've had to be able to watch and partake with as teammates, who do you normally have you looked at that you've probably used some of their their techniques or just their philosophy? I mean, you've had an Arrieta, you've had Wheeler. Any other guys that have kind of helped hone you to help you where you are and you set yourself apart?
I mean, I've pitched with some really good pitchers, and Wheeler sticks out, of course. When I first came here, my first spring training, I saw Cliff Lee. out on the 7 mounds over there, and he was just stopping. And I was looking at one of my teammates, and I'm like, do you see that? That is just legit. That is what a big league pitcher is like. And it's like, yeah, man, he's just paying. I'm like, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to try to do that.
The last couple of years, what have you been able to notice with how Philadelphia is with the whole term they've coined with Redtober, and how special that is? What have you been able to learn and feed off of when that time comes?
It's awesome, man. Obviously being biased is the best place to play in the postseason. And
no, I agree.
Being in a World Series over there in 22 was incredible. And it's kind of addicting to go out and pitch over there and play in front of our own crowd.
Have you noticed, with what you've been able to kind of see and a lot of the guys on this team see that, players from other teams talk about how special it is to play in the postseason in Philadelphia, even as a visiting player?
Yeah, they say it's hard. They say it's hard. And they say they get crushed in the bullpen up there. And like I've been up in that bullpen a few times, but I've never really stood on the mound. And I did last year. I'm like, wow, these fans are right on top of you. That I bet that they're low too. They're pretty low. And I can only imagine what it's like in the postseason. Those guys just hounding you. But yeah, I've heard it's hard. But you know how it is. It gets so loud. They're in every single pitch, which is amazing. Like I've been to other places in the postseason, and it's really loud too. But they're not as in tune as Philly is from the first pitch to the last pitch. And to me, that's really special.
No, I agree. And, and then, for this year. So I know, something that my teammates, myself, and what I've seen with the way that you guys go about your business on the field, that off the field, you guys are really charitable, and Philadelphia just soaks that in. What have you been able to do with your charity, and how do you think it's been able to really impact the city of Philly?
When I signed here in 2019, the first time I really wanted to start getting into charitable work and doing that stuff off the field as much as I could, because I could use my platform in a better way than just playing baseball. I could use it to help other people and other charities. And so it's kind of evolved a little bit bigger since 2019. And we've raised a lot of awareness and a lot of money. And we have on May 15th at Citizens Bank for Team Red, White, Blue to help out the veterans to, get back on their feet. And, they've helped out our country putting on the uniform. So we need to help them out,
completely.
So that's how it's kind of evolved for me, because we're not baseball players forever. We're people more so, and the impact we can have on other people outside of baseball can last a lot longer than we're just a baseball player.
Tremendous sentiment, and you hear Aaron mention it. Here are the details one more time. Aaron is hosting a charity poker event May 15th at Citizens Bank Park to support veterans. The event features Aaron, Cole, and teammates raising money to help servicemen and women. For more info, head to teamrwb.org/NOLA. RWB is short for Red, White, and Blue.
Love that.
I know, really good. Now, while Cole and Aaron represent the past and the present of the Phillies, the future of the club got a chance to show what they could do, and NBC 10 was there for exclusive access.
Johnny Archer has more on the Phil's potential breakout stars who shine brightly on the MLB spring breakout stage.
Phillies' top prospects, Justin Crawford and Aiden Miller, are already getting major league attention, but no prospect gets more eyeballs than Andrew Painter. He's the Phil's top prospect. He's recovering from elbow surgery, but the goal is to have him in the big leagues this year. GM Dave Dombrowski laid out the plan in spring.
I've said all along July-ish, and I don't know if that means June or it means August. And again, he has to perform and he has to stay healthy.
But if he can stay healthy, the upside of the 21-year-old could be season-changing.
I think he has a chance to be an exceptional pitcher at the big league level. He has the potential to be a number one, top of the rotation type starter.
This guy's a little bit, and I don't want to compare him to Wheeler, but he's like Wheeler. He's got power and he's got command.
He's also got attention. His first live bullpen session brought none other than Bryce Harper to watch. Cole Hamels, once in Painter's shoes as a top Phillies prospect.
I'm just hoping to be an avenue for Andrew because I've done a little bit of what he's had to go through. The sky's the limit with him and his talent. So it's just a matter of that time and him just building his confidence.
I just want to help any way I can. And I know there's a lot of guys in there that are trying to do the same. And I feel good with where we're at.
As for position players,
Wow, what a play by Aiden Miller. That was unbelievable.
Aiden Miller and Justin Crawford showed their skills at this year's spring breakout game. Two top talents who also happen to be very good friends.
That's awesome. You know, me and Miller have been fortunately enough to be able to kind of really come through the system with each other. So we do everything with each other, from showing up to the field with each other, showing up, around each other all day.
It's been awesome. He's helped me so much throughout the year, and he's the man, and it's fun hitting behind him. I feel like every time I'm hitting, he's on either second or third, and it just makes my life easy. So
we'll see if either player gets the call to the big club this season, but they will be prepared either way.
You know, we've talked about it a lot, and we've had, I'm sure he's had dreams about playing in Philly together. So we're excited for when that time comes. But right now, we're just focused on, what we can control and what's in front of us.
The goal is to get up there to Philly as fast as we can and help the team win as fast as we can. But at the end of the day, it's just being where your feet are at, and, just being in the moment, controlling what you can't control, and just going out there playing hard. Leave it all out there on the field. We control what we do on that field, so go out there, play hard, play our game, and whenever that time comes is whenever that time comes.
That time could be coming very soon for three top prospects in the Philly system. Johnny Archer, NBC 10.
The Eagles paraded down Broad Street just last month. Can the Phillies finally get a parade of their own? We're asking the players about the super inspiration. And the key to the Phillies' success this season figures to be in their starting rotation. But wait until you hear what Rob Thomson believes their potential could be. A Welcome Back Phillies exclusive interview is next.
Whoa. High fly ball to deep right field. At the wall. He made the catch. Walk off number 4. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time.
What they said could not be done, I did it. Now sing it. Oh, here I go. Changing destiny. What is written isn't done. Watch me how I overcome.
He cuts it off with a grand slam.
Ruth. Listen, Jenna, I need to lay low for a few days.
Why? Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month today.
Here in Maryland, you'll find unique things to do at every turn. From amazing food to epic history. Our state speaks for itself. But just in case, let's be clear, you're welcome.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, here he is. Let's do this.
Hey, you ready? Yeah.
You're up, guys.
All right.
Get great lease offers on all-wheel drive Toyota SUVs and trucks, including the stylish Corolla Cross, RAV4 Highlander, and the four-wheel drive Toyota Tundra. Shop online and visit your nearest Tri-State Toyota dealer today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Yeah.
Come on.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Do it all with Stihl battery. Power up with free extra battery deals on select Stihl tools. Shop in-store and online.
When you're seriously injured, experience matters. For over 40 years, we've demanded more from insurance companies. They know we mean business. We have the experience to win. The choice is clear. Demand Rand.
Forgive me, Father. I think I got away with something I shouldn't have. I got a brand new Hyundai for only...
Oh. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Lease a Hyundai Santa Fe SE for $279 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or up to $3,500 bonus cash on select trims today.
For me, I've always wanted to be a meteorologist ever since I was 2 years old. I grew up in Northeast Philly in Somerton. I remember waiting for my mom to come home from work, and then I would present the weather forecast. My first mentor in meteorology was Glenn Hurricane Schwartz. He really taught me how to be meticulous and dig into the little details. I love this area, but it's different when you're forecasting for your friends and family. This isn't just a job to me, this is my home. Listen, you can get your forecast from anywhere, but the most accurate forecast comes from us. Count on it.
We came, we conquered, we paraded. And when one season ends,
another one begins.
Ooh, Bryce Harper and the Phillies releasing their hype video today, which is an homage to all of the seasons in Philadelphia sports. And of course, with Brandon Graham, a reference to the Eagles Super Bowl parade, an event Phillies players tell us they want to experience for themselves.
It makes me want to have one for us in Philly. So it's just motivation and, going to be more proud of those guys over there across the street.
It's the excitement this city has for their sports, and hopefully we can do it this year and see that sea of red this time instead of green.
Brought me back to wanting to have another parade and wanting to be in and on Broad Street and changing the green to the red. So it's something you look forward to, and you saw how much it meant to the city, and that's something that we want to bring, and we continue to still think about every single day.
How great it would be for us to win this whole thing and experience the passion, the true passion of our fan base.
Incredible for the city, incredible for the Eagles. Super happy for them and their organization. But I want to get out there and do the same thing with my teammates, and we're looking forward to that, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
I know. Everyone associated with the Phillies believes that this team has what it takes to win a World Series.
And the man leading the way, Thomson, we sat down with him, the skipper, for an exclusive interview. NBC 10's Tim Furlong has today's season preview.
Season preview brought to you by Body World's Vital at the Franklin Institute.
This is just the start. This team is built for where we're going.
Rob Thomson has certainly seen the good.
Mets 4, Phillies 1 here in the 6th inning.
And in the postseason, he's also seen some bad. So what does he see from his 2025 Phillies?
I feel really strong about our club. We've added some really good players. Max Kepler's looked extremely good.
1-2 pitch.
Jesus Luzardo has been outstanding. Jordan Romano and Joe Ross have looked very good. So we've got a really good club, and hopefully we keep the streak alive of winning more games in the regular season than we did last year.
And that's been the story of the seasons for the Phils. Their stock is up when it comes to regular season wins. In the postseason, they've come up short. But as the season begins, Rob Thomson's focus isn't the playoffs, it's the here and now.
I think that's a conversation for later on in the season because we got to get there first. And so conversations now are about what we're doing today.
Starting today is the Phils ace, Zack Wheeler. Rob says Zack's combination of power pitches with pinpoint command makes him lethal.
Most guys are either power with no command or real good command and not the same type of power. So that combination is really good.
And Zack leads an attack of pitching that could be comparable to some of the best rotations in baseball and perhaps even more.
Yeah, well, that's what makes life not fair, Tom.
We stay healthy. It's got a chance to be, one of the best rotations in Phillies history, quite frankly. And we've got a lot of depth, too.
Depth is what carried the Eagles to a Super Bowl title. Rob texted Nick Sirianni congratulations after that win. Rob says Nick wished the Phillies well, and Rob knows the parade celebration from last month could push his team to the ultimate goal.
I think it is very motivating for our players and for me that, you see a group that, they have a parade in Philadelphia and everybody's happy and everybody's behind them and supporting them. And you want that.
For Welcome Back Phillies, I'm Tim Furlong, NBC 10.
Now you heard Rob talk about his pitching, but what about the position players? That group is largely unchanged, but the Phils did make an addition to their outfield. John Clark returns with more on the new man in the outfield. John.
Yeah, Max Kepler's going to get a chance to play every single day in left field, and he wants to show what he can do when healthy. He was hurt a lot of last year, and he's looked good in spring training. He hit 375, and remember, he had 24 homers a few seasons ago, and he had 36 home runs 6 years ago. And he's quite a story. Check this out. He grew up in Berlin, Germany. Could have been a tennis player, but he chose to play baseball. His mom is from Texas, but his dad is from Poland, and his parents were ballet dancers. So they met at the Berlin Ballet Company, and Max played his ball as a youngster growing up in Germany. He's got the most home runs ever for a German-born player. And this offseason, he signed with the Phillies on a one-year deal, and he has fit in very well in the lineup and in the clubhouse, even though he was intimidated at first. I asked him about fitting in with these Phillies at spring training. You've had some very productive years in baseball. How grateful are you? You're healthy, and it looks like you're going to have an opportunity here to show Philadelphia what you can bring.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. Every year's, in a way, a new chapter, but now with a new team, I've almost gotten to be a part of a new philosophy completely when it comes to the organization, and I've just been soaking everything up like a sponge.
As we wrap it up, getting to know you a little bit, could you let Philadelphia know the name you were born with so that we can...
My first name?
First name, middle name, last name.
Maximilian Kepler Ruzitsky. That's my full name.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So you're going with Max Kepler, though. Announcements and everything.
Easier to pronounce, yeah.
And as I said, he's got the most home runs in baseball history for a German-born player, and he's going to be looking for some German food in Philly. Let's see what he can do on the field. I'm John Clark here in Washington. They're introducing the Nationals now. Back over to you.
It's getting so exciting. All right, thanks for that. And as we had to break, a little time lapse over Nationals Park, the site of today's Phillies season opener. Bills open in the division right away and are looking to start their season with a win. More ahead as we take you to baseball here on Welcome Back Phillies.
Still to come, Jesus Luzardo has been blessed with ace-level ability. But it's the hometown he comes from and the tragedy he is helping them to overcome that we are showcasing next.
Count on NBC 10 to give you more of the local stories that matter to you.
More news in more places when you want it, so you're more prepared.
More help when you need it.
I am so happy that I called, and I really appreciate you guys.
The most accurate forecast from your First Alert weather team for your neighborhood.
Always get more, anytime, anywhere with NBC 10. Count on it.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this.
Hey, you ready? Yeah.
You're up, guys.
All right.
Get great lease offers on all-wheel drive Toyota SUVs and trucks, including the stylish Corolla Cross, RAV4 Highlander, and the four-wheel drive Toyota Tundra. Shop online and visit your nearest Tri-State Toyota dealer today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Yeah.
Come on.
Toyota, let's go places.
When the world feels like it's crashing down on you, when you feel alone or not enough, we are here. When sleep can't be found and day after day is overwhelming. When you can't get off the couch or your anxiety is keeping you from seeing family and friends. We are here. When you are hurting or struggling with addiction, when you have no one to talk to and you are in crisis. We are here. Just one call. We are here. Call, text, or chat 988.
Hurry into your local Acura dealer for the Spring Into Performance event going on now.
The strength of this Phillies team figures to be their pitching staff. That's due in part to the trade they made for Jesus Luzardo this offseason. Jesus is a former first-round pick who, when he is healthy, has the stuff to compete with any team in baseball.
Jesus first came to prominence as a high schooler at a Florida high school that is best known nationally for actually a very different reason. NBC 10 and Telemundo 62's Jaime Becerril traveled to Parkland, Florida, and has this Welcome Home Phillies exclusive story.
Helping his hometown. Brought to you by HGSK, your hometown injury lawyer.
Jesus Luzardo is the newest addition to the Phillies starting rotation. And while the Phillies are excited to have him, so too were youngsters at this annual baseball clinic. For the past 5 years in his Florida hometown, Jesus has put on an annual baseball camp for kids.
Hey, what's your name? Hey. I like the mullet too.
Guess I'm working, boys.
It means a lot to me just coming back to the city where I grew up, giving back to the community around here.
Are you gonna beat the Morals on Philly?
I hope so, right? Just seeing the smiles on the kids' faces, having a good time. A lot of them come with their friends, and whether they come here to learn or just have a good time, we always enjoy it and we have a great time with them.
For parents in attendance, Jesus' efforts mean everything.
I think it's always great when an MLB player gives back to the community, especially where they started from, and to help these kids and show what these kids can really achieve when they put everything to it.
It means a lot, for them to take the time to teach the kids and show them the right way to play and show them how they should be handling themselves on the field. It means a lot.
At this field where Jesus played as a youngster himself, there are lessons to be found. But here, things are different, because this is Marjory Stoneman High School in Parkland, Florida. On February 14, 2018, the school fell victim to the deadliest mass shooting at a high school in America. 17 dead, 17 more injured.
I knew a lot of the baseball players at the time. It was 2018, so I graduated in 2016. So I was 2 years removed. I was about 19 or 20, and obviously a tragedy and a super sad moment in time for this community. But I knew a lot of the guys there. I knew a lot of the coaches that were there. So unfortunately, it was, like I said, a tough time for the community.
Jesus pitched in Major League Baseball's prestigious Futures game in cleats, dedicated to his high school when he was a top prospect.
Oh, tie game.
Now he hosts this clinic for the kids of his hometown to be an example and to offer some positive news about the school he loves so dearly.
Opened my eyes for a lot of things. Obviously, you never believe that it's going to happen until it happens in your hometown. But just finding ways to try to help the kids that were involved, and obviously, a lot of them deal with things and some mental stuff that any way I could be there to help and just give a helping hand, a shoulder to cry on, to lean on, to talk about. So whatever I can do to help, I try to.
I think he helped this community rise up from everything that happened, and this is who he's been. He's always been this type of person. His character, his values have always been giving back, even when we went to high school here. So I think he's staying true to who he is.
Jaime Becerril, NBC 10.
And Jesus will make his Phillies regular season debut on Saturday. But before that, there is a game to play today.
Yeah, NBC 10's Miguel Martinez-Valle rejoins us from the Phillies watch party at the Sedona Tap House in Newtown Square. I bet it's filling up. Oh, and you have a friend there.
Oh, did you notice who else made it out here to the Sedona Tap House? Fanatic has a lot of fans out here. Obviously, you can see it's pretty packed here for opening day. Everybody excited to cheer on the Phils, but I am with one of the Fanatic's biggest fans here, Gemma. You were telling me your favorite thing about the Fanatic. What is it?
He's always really goofy, and I love his belly dance.
All right, you were kind of showing me a little bit of that belly dance, but we'll see when the Fanatic gets down from the chair if you guys can do a dance off. Maybe that's how we'll end it. But right now, you can see he's getting the crowd going. Oh, there is that famous belly dance. Now, how excited are we for this season, for the Phillies this season?
Very excited.
Very excited. The whole family's out here. Do you love the Fanatic? Oh, that was a yes. That was a hard nod. Yes. Now, one of the best parts, and Gemma, come on over here. This is one of your biggest fans, and she was telling me earlier. Tell them what you told me.
I love your belly dance.
She loves your belly dance. So how about a little dance off right now with the three of us, because we were told that's one of the signature moves, and we'll leave you with this here at the big watch party, cheering on the Phils with that famous belly dance. Come on, get into it, everybody. I'm Miguel Martinez. Bye. I'll send it back to you. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. You guys let us know who won that. Oh, there it is. Now it's the Phils.
That's so good.
A lot of love, a lot of belly rolls.
There's going to be so much happiness across our city today, opening day.
There is. Thanks to Miguel and thanks to all of you for watching. The Phillies season openers next here on NBC 10. I'm Jacqueline London.
I'm Tracy Davidson. Baseball is back. Tom McCarthy has the call next. Enjoy the return of your Phils.
The great rewards